Good times, sunshine, gonna be here in no time now. Bad times, gray skies, push them all away, turn them upside down. You're gonna break new ground, turn everything around. You're gonna live your life. There's a beautiful day headed your way. Keep your head up, up, up. You'll be okay. Beautiful day waiting for you. Just open your eyes. You'll see it's true. A beautiful day.
Welcome back to the Booga Box live stream. It's Thursday night, Large Project Thursday. Hope everybody's having a good week so far. We are on one camera tonight, obviously, because we're doing the inlay, so hopefully everything will work out okay. I had one little issue. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to stream tonight, but it looks like everything's working out okie dokie. So, again, thank you all for joining us now, or if you're watching this later, I do thank you all. Don't forget to give a thumbs up, like, shares, all that good stuff. We're going to go ahead and get right on into her here. We're on line 162. I was actually hoping to get a little bit done on this today, but I got pretty busy getting other stuff going, so I was a little not upset or anything, but a little, bummed that I couldn't get into more of it. But got up, did some running out, and go by the bank, couple stores, did all that. Then I needed to check everything in the car, tire pressure, oil, all that good stuff. And it took a little bit, cleaned out the car. Had a local customer come by, pick up some laser etch stuff that I'd done. And got the kitchen caught back up. And so I got quite a bit done today. It's nice and cool out there today. I think we hit like 53 today. Supposed to get like 47 tonight, so it's going to be a nice night. Rained a little bit. Everything's still a little wet, but take what you get, I guess. But overall, I was pretty productive today. I'm tired. I haven't still not slept well this week. I'd say last night was probably the best that I've gotten, but still not all that great. Yeah. Double check that. Oh yeah, we need to get some background going here. So yeah, got some more. I got another laser thing. We got laser day tomorrow. Anyway, but then I got another order today from local, so I'll get that done. They can come pick it up tomorrow. I'll take what I get. If it's chainmail, it's chainmail. If it's laser, it's laser. I'll do whatever I need to do. So, ooh, I made a mess. That would have been, semi-catastrophe. At least it would have been all on the desk, probably. Not all over the floor. But yeah, what else? Let's see here. I'm really planning on getting work done on this. Other than lasering tomorrow, I still got a lot of testing I want to do, and I'll probably end up testing more than I want to. Well, I'll have a plan to do so many tests tomorrow because I still need to do a few parameter tests to finalize everything up on laser. I've done some etching on it already. It's been doing good, but need to get my cut values and all that, but fiber laser for the other thing for tomorrow, so that'll be good. But I should get some time on this. I always say that, but I'm looking at, I probably got I'm estimating maybe about 10, 12 hours left of work to do. So I'm hoping I can get in a good 3-4 hours on Saturday. I don't have a lot planned for Saturday, so kind of hoping I can do that. I'll definitely be wrapping up the coloring here of the seed pretty quick like. I think, what did I figure up? I got about 6, 8 more lines. I guess 6 more that'll have red in it, and then I'll have 2 lines that'll have the white to finish off the outside of it. So 8 lines in total to finish that off, and then it'll be just, again, just the background green for quite a while. But I'm hoping that'll make it, in a way, quicker, since I won't have to worry about counting or anything, and get this thing done here. I really, 2 weeks is my max, and I'm hoping I can get it done, and we might show it off 1 week. We might take a week break between this one and the next inlay, just to kind of be able to show this one off and do a little something, and then get into the next big one. That, like I said, I'm going to do it differently. I'm not going to do a time lapse, so it should go a lot quicker that way. Won't have to battle the cameras and the chair and all that. Though, with my recent move, see, he's already taken my chair. That's why I need the kitty cam. So you show off the big old Buzzy sleeping in my chair. Yeah, you heard me talking to you. You heard me talking to you. He moved his eyes without opening them. I could see them. Oh, it's that piece of tape that I lost. So, yeah, I'm happy with this so far. I just want to get her done. I wanted to get it done months ago. Months and months ago. But it ended up being on the back burner all the time. It's kind of like, I've said it 100 times, making sure the camera's going, and it's always like, I've got 20 minutes here. It'll take me that long to set up the camera. Crud. Let me just grab this and work on that, you know, type thing. It's kind of how it's been. Oh, and, well, I'm not on camera, but if you could see me, I'm twisting in my chair, and it is not squeaking. Yay! It drove me nutty earlier today. It was getting worse and worse, and I kept wanting to, I mean, I've been complaining about the squeak on it for probably, crap, since I started the stream almost. And today, while I was busy running around, I ended up walking past the WD-40 going, hey, I've been needing to grab you for a while, and I just hadn't because you've always been where you're at. And I'm passing you right now, so I grabbed the can and brung it over, and got my chair up. Gave her a little loving, a little cleaning up, a little extra juice there, and now I have no squeaky squeaky. I won't scare the cat when he's sleeping on this chair, and I go to kind of, well, I don't like, you know, grab it and spin it real hard, but I just grab it and start turning it towards me. It's squeak. If he's in his sleep and I start doing that, it's kind of loud. He jumps and freaks him out. Now I don't think he'll know what to do when he gets in the chair and it doesn't squeak. Then sometimes I probably won't notice him get in the chair, because normally him jumping up into the chair, his big old body and momentum, he twists it always, so it squeak. I always hear it a little squeak, and I'm like, okay, he just jumped up on the chair. Basically anywhere in the basement I'll hear a little squeak when he jumps into it. But I have made it so I can easily use the chair now. If he's, I put its twin chair beside it, so he's got 2 chairs to choose from, so I can always grab one or the other now to get back to the workbench. I don't like leaving the one at the workbench though, because I did find out with this new setup, it down here for some reason, even though it's same chair, same bench here, he's gotten into a bad habit of wanting to get up on my workbench. Since other than, again, this bench has been here since January, no problems. It's only since I made the rest of the room changes that now he thinks that this is somewhere he wants to be. And I don't know if it has to do with me taking down his wall. I had a little wall of shelves that he could jump up onto to get on top of this refrigerator I have down here in the workshop. And I more did that a while back for Marvel, and since she's no longer down here, and she stays upstairs now, he would use it, but not all the time. And so I decided to take it down, and I don't know if that has something to do with it, or just everything else, because there was quite a bit of moving around. see, let me give it another check. It's another 0 night. I swear. I love this internet, man. I put it off for so long. I should have done it years ago. And okay, now I didn't have to fully do this. I heard this story secondhand from the wife today. We're canceling our Spectrum. There's been a store up here since we bought our house that we've always gone to whenever we need to replace equipment or change our service or whatever, you know. It was a little in-store. At one time it's Time Warner, now it's Spectrum, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, it's been a while since we needed anything new, so... But we decided, you know, we're canceling our stuff. We've had Google now for a week. I'm not having any problems with it, so I'm ready to turn in the other stuff and cancel the Spectrum stuff, get it finally out of the way. Get to the store, they no longer you can't return your equipment to the store. It's like, okay, they gave the wife a little paper and told them where to go to a UPS store to have it shipped back. And I'm like, okay, that seems a little silly, but... And then she's like, okay, and I want to cancel my service. Oh, we can't do that here either. You got to call this number. Give her another piece of paper with a number to call. And I'm like, so what is the store for? What, I don't get it. I would have asked, but she didn't, because I was like, well, then what is this purpose of this store? I mean, dead seriously. If you can't return equipment, you can't cancel your service. Is the only thing you're there is to pick up equipment and start a service, and they make it ridiculous to cancel? You know, it was like, what? I don't know. I still don't understand. But hopefully, we still need to call and get the service canceled, I guess. And we're going to do that tomorrow. Got a little late by the time she was out doing her running around and stuff. And then, well, another good thing I will say too, that been watching the engine and stuff, and our coolant problem we've been having for months now, I think is finally done. The past 3 weeks we've lost no coolant or anything. Why does that look so weird? Sorry, that is off somehow. If that one would have been the first up, I should be coming through there. And that one should have been even. So, let me count up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's what I've got. So that should have been right. One before 12. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's right. Sorry, this should not. There's just something. This is off. I can just tell. Maybe, let me count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. That's what I was supposed to have. But something, let me see here. This will be after those two. Maybe 1, 2, 3, the fourth row red. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I go up, that goes through the second one, so that's correct. If I come down, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. They're leaning that way because it should. Let me count these again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And that's what I should have. None of this is making any sense to me whatsoever. the row before should be 31. Let me count. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. I'm at a total loss here because none of this is making any sense whatsoever. Let me make sure here. That was 4 and it's facing left. 1, 2, 3, 4 going left. The 2 before were evens. And this one is the first one on that, so that's right. And this was 13. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're driving me bonkers here, man. Okay, let me go up to here. We had single, double, even double, even right double, and then 1 in, even, and 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. And there it's all. I don't have any missed. They're all double checking. I have no idea what in the world is going on here, man. Well, 10, 10, and then that one was 11. That was the first row of 11. This one will be the next row of 11. Am I just tripping out on this and I'm just not making any sense? 1, 2, 3, 4, over, down, even. Okay, yeah. I do not know what in the world. I get it. Yeah. Alright, yeah, I've lost my mind tonight, guys. That I'll have to apologize for, because it looks wrong, but it's right. The count's right, the picture's right, but it still looks wrong. But I gotta go with it. I mean, I gotta trust what I did before. I gotta trust my planning. I mean, when I do, normally it works, but for some reason, things just look off here for some reason. Maybe this next row will change it and make it not look off again. I don't know. That does happen too, so I just can't believe I'm counting. Everything's fine, but it just feels wrong. I don't know. I should just trust it. I do that, and I can't doubt myself, and then I continue, and then it ends up being correct the first way. Should have just let it go. Trust the count, trust the count. Uh-oh. Okie dokie, guys. I'm not that fast of a mailer. This camera is going funkily on me. I did this earlier, and this is why I didn't know if I was going to be able to stream tonight. I don't know what the deal is with it. I had to do this earlier, and it seemed to be okay, but I don't know what my deal is here lately with my cameras. Gonna get a bars for a second, I think. Gonna read back. And widen back out here. Alright, let's see how long we can go this time. I don't know what is up with this camera either. It's one of my oldies. Now, I didn't replace the power supply because it's the same camera, and I'm hoping that maybe this power supply is not taking out my cameras. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to pull out my other, because I've got all the two other ones that I could hook up to it, and maybe that's what the problem is, and the power supplies for some reason, because it was doing that earlier. I turned it on, I was getting the everything set up, and I wasn't under it, so I didn't see no jerking like we just seen, but when I came over to sit down, I moved my hands under it, and I'd seen nothing in the camera. Well, at that point, it was on the computer, and I'm like, okay, OBS must be screwing up. I looked up at my camera, and the camera was showing the same thing, so it was the camera that was locked up. I was like, oh, great. 10 minutes before stream, unplugged it, turned it back on, off. Everything seemed to be straightened out, but now I'm kind of a little concerned. I don't need any more camera problems, man. I don't need to buy any more cameras. I need at least, well, I know I've got at least one more year of band stuff to do. Like I said, I don't know how long I'll be doing it, but I know I'm doing next year. I always keep telling them when I do decide that it's going to be it, I'll let them know early and by October of the school year. Then I'll finish out that school year, and so they have time. But when I stop doing the DVDs and stuff like that, I'm still going to help out as much as I can. If they want me to continue to run the website for them, I will, etc. I'll do what I can. I'll still go to events, just not going to everything to do the DVDs with, because that can get a little hairy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Well, we're back on track. Again, the number counts are right. My brain is just not processing it right or something, because I still think it looks off. But again, this next row might change all that. I don't know. Took a long time to figure out nothing changed. I have a bit to pull out of the video from tonight to do my time lapse, so I'm going to probably go ahead and start working on the first bit, because normally I'll have to, it's about a third of the half. I did the first half of this into the time lapse, and for the first half I had to split it into thirds and do them as thirds first, and then take them down into a single. And I'll do the same with this, so I can probably go ahead and start on some of it early. Kind of want to in a way, because I'm trying to clean up my computer's hard drives with all the band stuff I do, all the extra pre-processed videos and stuff that get added to the program. If you're just messing with little clips here and there, it's one thing, but when you're messing with hours upon hours upon hours of video, I've got terabytes worth of space being used up that doesn't need to be there. So I'm trying to clean that up and get the rest of this year's stuff moved over, hard drives, videos and all that moved over to the backup drives. Oh man, hiccups. Get all that taken care of and get ready for next year and just clean up my system. I am gonna have to plan a time to redo my system again. It's been about a year, and about once a year I like to reinstall Windows, get all the crap off there. I haven't really had any major issues, but there have been several programs here lately I've been trying out, and that's normally whenever I decide I'm going to do a total reboot. I'll try some different things, try some new programs, see if I like them better, maybe see if there's updated programs to the ones that I'm currently using. It is a process though, so last time I worked it out where I didn't miss any necessarily stream time. If it works out gooder, I'm gooder. Are you gooder? Does it say gooder? I'm sorry, I'm gonna wait. Yeah, it says gooder on the thing. How many times can I get YouTube to spell gooder? Or Facebook? It's all gooder. But, I was able to start on a Friday, and I was done by Monday. I still had issues after that for a couple weeks, so that there always is. That was like, changing over to the Google Fiber and all the different things attached to the system. It's insane how many things are attached, and then you're constantly going, oh crap, I forgot to attach that to it. You gotta try to connect this or that, and it's like, pain in the butt, but, I think the bigger pain in the butt was just changing up all my banking stuff, because, like I said, it's always gone through my old Spectrum. At the time it was Roadrunner. We had actually got Time Warner back before Time Warner became Roadrunner, before they went back to Time Warner, whatever. I mean, all the changes, so. That, I think, was probably the bigger headache, trying to remember all the places that I've gone, and there's going to be some that I missed. I know there's going to be. Hopefully it won't be too much of an issue to get them changed, but I got a good chunk of them. I just kept going back through my emails that I've had in my email box and going, okay, these are places I need to go. There's a few that I haven't changed, but those are places I don't make huge purchases from very often. I used to buy a lot from Newegg, but I haven't bought anything from Newegg in a long time. Their prices haven't been all that great, so I'm like, when I was looking, the newest email I have from them on something I bought was 3 years ago, so I was like, I'm not going to go worry about logging in there. I'll just recreate another one if I need to, but like I said, I go there quite often and look at the pricing, but over the years, it's kind of like, what was that other place I used to get on and get a lot of stuff from at one point in time, but Overstock. They used to have decent prices on their stuff. It was Overstock stuff, so it was the extras. Now they have so much stuff, they're not Overstock anymore. It's normal stock and normal prices. And Newegg was like that. Newegg used to have some of the better prices everywhere than a lot of places out there. And then, for some reason, whatnot or another, their prices started going up to be on average with everybody else. So it's like, what's the point in a way? I hate buying stuff online, but it is handy. Well, especially when it comes to chainmail supplies. I couldn't go to the local store to buy any of this. I'd have to move to Canada. Hey? Well, Canada, in some of the local places, but you got, I'm not even sure where we've got mails out of. I know there's a couple out of California, blah, 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 but at least when it comes to, like I said, pretty much the only thing I need to order ring-wise anymore is just anodized aluminum, since now I do my own, basically any other metal. I mean, if it's stainless steel, any kind of silver, I could do gold. I haven't done gold yet. Like I said, that's the only material I have not done is gold. But I've done titanium, niobium, all that, and now I'll coil my own, make my own rings anymore. When it comes to those, I can just coil and use what I need, as long as I got the wire on hand. And I've got a good selection of wire now. Would I like it to be much bigger? By far, yes. Do I have the room for it? By far, no. Would the wife shoot me? No, but I would be in the doggy house. I could just live in the camper for a few weeks. Are you still mad? Okay, I'm going back to camper. But I don't think as a chainmailer anybody is really ever fully happy with their supplies. Because who couldn't use another crafting room? Who couldn't use, more space for this and more space for that? Because I think no matter what size, if I had a building, 500,000 square feet or something, I'd end up filling it with some type of chainmail laser stuff, things that I do. I'm sure I could find a way of filling it. I just want more and more stuff. I keep adding more and more stuff to the laser etching, yo-yos and the trays and the lighters and the glasses and the tumblers and the picture frames. So I just keep adding it more and more. And I gotta have a little bit of stock of it, so I just keep using up more and more space to keep stock of stuff. So in case somebody says, "Hey, you got some of those?" Yeah, okay, let's go. I don't want to say, "Hey, yeah, I can do them. Give me a week to order them and get them in," and I have to do that on occasion, but I think people get it. I mean, it's a small business. I'm not a giant place that can have all this stuff and big old warehouse of it. Would it be nice? Yes. I'd be extremely happy to have a whole warehouse of stuff, but that is nothing I plan on ever doing or having. Would it be nice? Yes, but I don't know if I necessarily want that in my life at this point in time. I want things to go well, but I'm 50. Well, you can still do stuff at this age, but I just want to kind of finish out my years trying to do, be happy. What'll keep me happy? And doing chainmail keeps me happy. As long as I can keep doing it, selling it to keep growing. It might not be good to grow the business, but if I can just keep it growing even where I can survive and still do it, I'll be good with that. Alright, I need to mark off my lines here because that was row 162. We're now on the row 163. So at 162, that makes this 40, so we're at 39 more rows left. So under 40, we're getting there. The last 12-ish, I think, are sideline. Well, it'll be a different count on the full side. I forgot how many will be on that end. But it's coming along. It's coming along. Like I said, it's definitely the biggest single piece that I've done at 20,000 rings, other than the jersey isn't a hanging piece and it used 40,000. That's the biggest, but as a basic inlay that hangs, this is by far the largest. But that takes us up to, let me see here, we've done the Mahomes jersey. That was 40,000, a little over 40,000 rings. Then we did the Chiefs flag. That was 15. So that takes us up to, plus 40, that'd be 55,000. Then we did the Mahomes picture inlay. I believe that was 10,000? So that'd take us up to 65. This will be 20. So when we're done, that'll be up to 85,000 in just Chiefs inlays. 85,000 rings. I often wonder, and I've kind of, it's been a while since I actually thought about this. I through all the years, how many rings have I actually opened and closed? And I'm like, oh God. And when I kind of start thinking about it, it's like, first thought, it's like, oh, a million, easy. And then you start thinking about, well, maybe not. Because it's like, man, that's a lot of rings. A million rings. And I'm like, well, other times I'll start thinking about it. And it's like, okay, but I've done, hundreds of bracelets that used 300 rings. So right off of, right there, you're at well over 30,000 and just the things you can think of right quick, and then you add in bigger things that used even more rings. And I'm like, you know what? I think maybe a million rings is like way too low. But I have no way of really calculating. Well, actually, I would say I could almost calculate it because since I started the business, I could calculate. Before that, I wouldn't know because that was, like I said, I just made whatever out of whatever crap wire that was around, things that got destroyed, blah blah blah. So I mean, there have been years that I wouldn't have a clue. But since the business started, I could kind of almost find out by looking through all my paperwork and find out how many rings I bought. And then I'd have to definitely add on probably another, well, yeah, just in chainmail Joe stuff, because you buy those in half pounds at 6,000 rings for that normally. So I've probably gotten, no, probably about 100,000 rings of chainmail Joe's rings, and I don't even know how many we've got male rings, and then the other ones. I guess it would be a little more harder now that I think about it. Since I've now coiled my own rings, I can't even. I've probably coiled and cut. Oh crap! Oh jeez. Now that I think about it, I'm like, yeah, I probably have coiled up at least 100,000 rings, if not like a bunch more. I'm just trying to think of things that I've done out of what I've coiled, because I don't have a whole lot left out of what I coiled, but thinking of the projects that I did out of what I coiled, yeah, I'm probably way undershooting it. I mean, I don't know, man. That does make me wonder. I wish there was a way of trying to, I'm sure could kind of get an average or something and try to figure it, but I think I'm probably well up over a million easy, if not running towards maybe 500,000. If I'm totally underestimating, it could be a billion. Who knows? No, I see, and that just sounds too weird to me. How can that be possible? Have I done anything that has been a billion? I mean, even think about it, a million. Have I done anything that would be a million? Have I eaten a million hamburgers? No. A million fries would be closer, but I don't even think that would happen. And just think that amount of rings plus, and that just seems really low the more I think about it. I don't know, that's one of those things that you ponder on occasion, and then you end up giving up, going, there's no way that I could even possibly begin to kind of calculate it to any kind of degree. I can give you a certain number count of what I can find on paper, for sure, but that's not going to account for all of everything in just that category. Not, again, counting what I've done myself, and I mean, yeah. and now I'm thinking about it again. I'll have to just tell my brain to stop thinking about it, because it's going to be one of those impossible things that can never happen. It'd be nice. That's why I've talked about it. It'd be nice if you could get a smart watch that can count rings for you. It can count this movement and know how many rings. You have to program it for what you're doing, because sometimes you do twist back and forth a little bit much, but it's been interesting sometimes, because, you know, a lot of times this project, it's easy to count my rings, because I know there's 100 across, so each row I do is 100, quick and easy, simple. Other things are a little more difficult, and I still end up counting them out and getting a ring count for every project I've pretty much done has it in my notebook with a ring count on it. And bracelets of different sizes. If I make one in a different size that I don't have written down, I add it to the book when I'm done, because I can look, if somebody wants a 6.5, I've done a 6, I've done a 7. I know I need to put it in between there on my ring count. When I'm done, finalized, and it came to 6.5, I'll do the ring count, put it in the book. So if somebody ever comes back and says, I need this, and pretty much in that size, it works out for any material, so I can always get a pretty good estimate on a project. If somebody wants, a bracelet, but instead of being out of aluminum, they want it out of silver. I know how many rings it'll take, so I can find out the count for that and get enough silver and do all that. So, did I lock up again? Yeah, I sure did. Where are we at? I guess you can hear me mumble while you watch the jerky hands of Nevermore here. Yeah, I don't know what is up with this camera, man. I don't know if this power supply is taking out these cameras or not, but it's sucking. I'm just trying to get through this project and we can get the cameras moved around. That's all I want. That's all I want. So, sorry again, guys. We're having great internet, but having camera issues. If it's not one thing, it's 10 others. It's like I said this year. Well, that was the other thing. I did chat. I chatted with my best bud that I've known forever. I guess really the only person I've known longer than him would be my wife. But I hadn't talked to him in a while. He's had his own health issues and stuff. COVID come, haven't been able to chat. But we ended up talking for about an hour and a half today on the phone. We've only seen each other once in the past year and a half, and I mean, it used to be every weekend we'd see each other, especially during football season. But again, he had his health issues, and similar to what my son was having, so. But it was good to be able to chat with him today and hang out. Well, not really hang out, but just to be able to chat with him today. That did take up, like I said, a good hour and a half to today's chunk. And again, that kind of got away from doing other things, but it was good too, you know, be able to. But we were even chatting about it while we were talking, that this year's just kind of sucked. I've said it many times throughout this year. It's like it's never been like, for him, I have to say, by far, it's been like real bad for him. But even for me, it's like it's not been overly bad, but it hasn't been great either. It's like every time I think I'm getting ahead, something pulls me back, you know. You're constantly doing the 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and then all of a sudden you're doing 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. Then for a little while, you're taking 3 steps back. You know, so after a month, you're basically just even again. It's like, But I guess that is life. But hopefully we're going to be able to hang out. We were kind of chatting about it a little bit today. We probably would have talked longer, but then the wife was ready to go, and I had the car down here, and I was doing stuff, cleaning it out and everything, so I had to get off the phone with him. Need to email him back because he hasn't been able to be in our fantasy football league the past 2-3 years, seasons. But now he said, you know, with his health issues, they're getting a little bit better. He's wanting to get back in and give it a try. So, let's see here. We did that one and that one, so I need 12. And make sure I give this count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 more. 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's hope this now starts to make this last row make sense. Make sure my video is still working and I don't get all weirdy, locked up, jerky movements again. At least for a few more. Well, we got, what, 20 minutes to go still? To at least make our hour? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this might actually make it look better now. After all that counting, double checking. Should have just trusted the count, like I always say. Trust it, trust it, trust it. And when I don't, and I've made changes, I end up having to come back and make the changes back to the way I should have just left them to begin with. So, that's those, and then we're on to 2 rights. Then a bunch of reds. I'll have to have a big old red count coming here soon. But today is Thursday, so again, this will be the last stream of this week. We will be back on Monday night. We still got a while for this stream, but for tonight. But I do want to put that out there in case somebody's watching later or whatnot. Be back next Monday. Well, and I don't have a thing on this, but my new setup, if you caught Monday, Wednesday, I've kind of got a new camera set up, and I've put the times on there. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Central. Alrighty. I'm going to be running low on these reds. That's going to be a close count there. Let's see here. What do I need? 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. Alrighty. On the little bits here. Because I got this one was 28, the next row is 25, 23, 19, 12. Ah, boy, that's gonna. I'm gonna be running really, really, really close on these reds. I really don't have anything to replace them if I don't have enough. I mean, I'll have to go with what I have, but It's, like I said, I think it's going to be kind of a noticeable change unless I put them in. If I only need a few and I can get them in and put them on like the edge of the white, so maybe it's not as noticeable because it's right here, and sometimes the coloring changes when they're overhanging multiple colors. Might help it. If we have to go that route, like I said, I hope we don't have to. Or like I said, the first thing I need to do is pull out the bag and make sure there's not one more red package in my project bag that I have all the rings for this in. There's not a lot left in there. I didn't pull them all out. I only pulled out what I needed to clean, so I'd have enough, but I might have to pull them all out. Now there are extras in there that I won't have to use for this project, but I just left them all in there until I'm done with the project, and it'll go back into... Any extra rings will go back into general population. Be used for whatever after this. Other than if they're a little off. Like I said, these reds I probably wouldn't keep with my normal reds. I'd put them in... I have another box that I have the off reds in. And some of them I bought. Like they, TRL, they had the falling leaves red. And they had a... crap, I don't remember the name of it. They had 3 or 4. And then through the years, I've actually had some reds that were a little off compared to their others. And I put them separately, and I have one that was actually kind of close to their fallen leaves. It had like an odd orangish tint to it, kind of like the autumn leaves ones does. And I put those aside years ago. I've used them here and there, but I couldn't use them as my regular red. And like I said, these were a little off, but they were all the same. So I was like, it'll have to work. So, and again, I have not heard back from them yet. I have contacted them through email on some things I need to get that aren't on their new website. Haven't checked here the last 2 days if maybe they've added what I was trying to inquire about. Because sometimes I wonder if that's what they're doing, is they're trying to get everything updated, but they're updating a lot of stuff that people are requesting because it's not available yet. So I don't know. I need to go double check that because I'm in the need of for some tags quite profusely. I wish I would have made, well, and like I said, I got about a $600 order, $700 order I need to make for some rings that I'm running low on, and then some that I just want for another project. There's always 3 or 4 projects going on. I mean, you got these on Stream Nights, and that's not even counting those. So I guess in total, it's normally got 6 or 7 projects going on. Some of them are ones that will kind of never end, like the Jelly Cube. We throw it out on occasion. I haven't done any Jelly Cube work in a while, but, you know, we'll pull it out on occasion, do. That one will never end. Like I said, I'm just going to keep it growing whenever I get time. But then just all the other wall hangings and different things I've got going. I've got another project that I still haven't gotten really nothing done with yet for the other chainmail group I'm part of, and kind of sucks. I mean, we got plenty of time, but I'm going to end up running out of time and rushing at the end probably because I need to pull it out, but that's going to be a lot of tinkering. If you were here with us, this stupid camera. If you were with us here last night, what was that about? We working on some crystal captures, and I mean, we only got a couple done because there's a lot of pulling apart. You know, okay, this size ring didn't work, let's go try a different size ring, a different ring combination. And that's what happens on this other project I've got going. It's going to be totally, actually have a little bit of wire wrapping technique that I've never done to it. So I'm not even sure how that's going to work out yet, at least in my head. So I might even have to change up what I'm planning on doing. I don't know, until I really get into it. No, I forgot to zoom back out. Well, I'll tell you what, we're not going to go too much longer here. I think we're going to finish up to the green and go ahead and call it quits for tonight. I guess we're only about 10 minutes out. But this camera is not making me happy. I need to try to do some testing on that and figure out what's going on, because this was a camera that I planned on adding back into the rotation for band stuff. I only have it here because I needed something temporarily to finish this project. And I need to get it finished with this camera. I got one more, but if this one goes out on me, I'll be down to one of these, and that kind of sucks. I hate to say it, but yeah. Because I definitely don't want to buy any more cameras. I'd love to have more, trust me, but I mean, yeah, I figure I'm getting close to my end run of doing DVD stuff, so I won't need as much after that. I'll still need a good camera to take pictures of my chainmail. And now I'll need a few good ones for doing a stream, but maybe eventually I'll get good webcams that'll do decent enough that I won't have to worry about using my handheld cams for that, but I don't know. I've gotten a few cheap ones, and we use one of them for our upper camera here, or one from the front side, and it does okay. It's not a great camera. And then I got a second one that was the same. It was basically a toss-up between the two. And the other one had a camera or light on it that was supposed to help. For what I'm using it for, it was useless. And so I ended up just using this one because quality-wise they're pretty much the same. And I got more. Well, that ring ain't gonna work. That one's all broken. That takes away from our account. No. But yeah, I got a medium price camera that I thought was going to be okay, but it's the one I've been using the past few nights on. I call it my face camera, the one that's on me. It does okay for that, I guess, but I was expecting it to do more with the options that it had. And yeah, for the price difference between the two there, I'm not exactly happy with that, let's just say. Okay, I'm going to have to count these rings again because I had that one bad one, but I do believe I pulled it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 28. I don't know if I counted right. Sorry. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 28. Okay. So I was right. Let's go with our 2 white. And I don't need to count the green because it'll just go up to the top there, but I mean, this does now look better. I mean, again, spent all that time. We probably spent, what, 5-7 minutes as I was counting, looking, figuring out why it looked so off. And it wasn't off at all. And now it looks perfectly fine by adding that other row. If I would have just waited and bypassed it instead of letting it creep into my brain. It crept in there and took a seat, went camping, hung out for a while. We had to beat it with a stick, get it out of there. And that's, yeah, this one will be 14 green, and I don't need to count them, so we're going to go ahead and get a few in here. While I'm doing this, I'm going to go ahead and, I think, did I just lock up again? No, okay. Thought I locked up again. Before I lock up again, I don't know if the audio comes through when that happens or not, because I'm not using the camera for the audio, so I have no idea how it's coming through. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and start doing our ending little spiel. I want to thank everybody. And I mean, I do say it often, but I do really appreciate everybody that comes and drops by. It makes the time sometimes go too fast when people do drop by because you're chatting and looking. But I do have fun. I do enjoy it when people are here. But I also just enjoy doing it, and I know people watch it later. So I do appreciate everybody that watches us live or watches us later. I do really appreciate it more than you probably can ever think about, because if I didn't feel like people kind of have fun sometimes, I don't know if I'd want to do it. So I do appreciate it. I do thank you all. Everybody who's made purchases from us ever since our inception, I guess. I do appreciate that too. I mean, we're going on 8 years now, so I do remember the first sale I ever made in person. Then I remember the first sale I made at an event. So, and pretty much everything else, I have little bits and pieces, but I do appreciate it all. I do. Don't forget to check us out on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Give us a like, subscribe to all those. The more the merrier. Don't forget to share, like, give thumbs up, all that good stuff too. Get us out there. Helps with, how Facebook's going to portray us out to other people. The more people we get showing up, the more they'll show us and get more people. So, yeah, don't forget to, and you don't have to be here live for those to work and help, And if you have any questions or anything, just drop me a line in any of these videos or send me a message through Facebook. More than willing to help you if you're into chainmail, just learning chainmail. Or if you just want to talk about some of the laser stuff we do, get some chat with John on a lot of things besides chainmail. So I'm more than willing to chat about anything for the most part. So we will be back on Monday. Hopefully without video problems. We'll see what happens by Monday. If I can get this camera to give me a little bit more time here before, hopefully it's not going out, but before it goes out. So, yeah. Probably, again, won't do anything this weekend stream-wise, so Monday night we'll be back. It'll be medium project night. What are we working on for medium project? Oh, yeah, the wormhole things. I'm going to actually have to spend some time Sunday playing around with that a little bit more, so we'll have a little more to show on Monday for that. So, but otherwise, this is my last string I'm doing here. And then we're going to go ahead and close down for the night. Again, thank you all for joining us. Don't forget to check us out Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Check out the website. If you ever have any questions, drop them on into me and all that. So, otherwise, you guys have a great weekend, since I won't see you till Monday. Yep, have a great weekend, and we'll see you on Monday. Peace.